everybody, welcome to Melchester Model Railway. Over the last month or so I've been getting on with a few jobs such as putting up some new shelves which you can see behind me. These I built to provide some much needed storage space for locomotives and rolling stock. At the moment I've got my Lima locomotives on display. This is because they'll be featuring in this video. One of the jobs that I've been doing during this lockdown period is transferring a lot of these old VHS video cassettes onto DVD and digitising them. I know that Scotch used to claim that you could re-record and don't fade away, but as some of these are now well over 30 years old, I think they're very much in danger of being about to fade away if I didn't do anything about them soon.
I'm going to tell you how it's going to be. With Scotch's lifetime guarantee. Tape what you want both night and day. Then re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade away. Re-record.
On one of the cassettes I discovered some old footage that I'd filmed probably around 1988-89 of my old model railway at my parents' house, which I started building in about 83. Here's a photo taken from about 1987, when the layout was still devoid of any scenery. It was built and gradually added to over a number of years during my school days, and I remember it taking a while to save up my pocket money to buy locos, which were all of the Lima variety. There were a few super quick buildings, and a lot of the track was of the steel rail variety, mostly by Hornby and Lima. Anyway, let's take a look and see the layout running in its heyday. I hope you enjoyed seeing those scenes of my old 1980s model railway. I still have many of the Lima locomotives that it featured, and I have a soft spot for them. They were great models in their day, and I always thought they were much better than some of the Hornby modern image locos. The Lima Class 33, for instance, was one of my favourites. It had been around since 1977, and for several decades remained unchallenged until the appearance of the super-detailed Hellion model. The 33-1 appeared much later in Lima's range. The 1981-82 Lima catalogue heralded the first appearance of the Class 50. I remember heading off to BT's model shop in Southampton, hoping to buy a Class 47, but I remember the man there telling me that Lima didn't do a Class 47, and that the nearest thing was a Class 50, which was a locomotive I'd never seen at the time. So I came away from BT's clutching the new Lima Class 50. This was 50043 Eagle, which for some reason later on I renumbered to 50046 Ajax. My Platform 5 Motive Power book shows that by 1985 my trips up to Reading were beginning to pay off, and by then I had seen quite a few of the Class 50s. 1985 was the year that British Rail repainted 007 Hercules into what the book refers to as imitation GWR livery, and renamed it Sir Edward Elgar, a very fitting choice given the theme tune for my channel. Lima did likewise and released a model of 007, which you will have seen running on the layout. The Lima Class 50s were never really great performers in terms of haulage capacity, which is why I had it running as a double header with a Class 47. Its bogies were of HO scale, and its small wheels really handicapped this model. The Class 117 DMU had been a stalwart of the Lima range since its release in about 1980. Here it is in the dark blue-grey livery, although I no longer have the power car, so I can't really run it. The high-speed train of about 1982 was a vast improvement on the Hornby model, and the Mark III coaches that went with it were of the correct scale length, unlike Hornby's. I purchased mine when it was released in the Intercity Executive livery. Also in Intercity livery is this Class 87, 009 City of Birmingham, which appeared in the 1985-86 catalogue. This was a really great looking model. It was 1987 before Lima eventually got around to releasing a Class 47. And yet again this was an improvement on the Hornby model, which seemed to have a tilt as a built-in design flaw. This is 47567 Red Star in all-over blue livery, which, like Sir Edward Elgar, was named as part of the GWR 150th anniversary celebrations in 1985. It featured in the footage you saw earlier, working with 50007 as they double-headed a long rake of Lima Mark II and Mark I rolling stock. Over the next couple of years, other variants appeared. This is 47363 Billingham Enterprise in large logo rail freight grey livery. You can see it features the Thornaby Depot Kingfisher logo. And then I also purchased 47581 Great Eastern in Network South East livery, again featuring the Cockney Sparrow logo, which was for Stratford Depot. I probably didn't realise it at the time, but Great Eastern was to be my last locomotive purchase for many years. I must have somehow been abducted by a UFO, as a period of 22 years seems to be strangely missing. When I landed again in 2012 and was able to pick up the hobby once more, alas, Lima were no more. Digital command control was an entirely new alien concept to be grappled with. Models of an extremely high standard, fitted with sound and lights, were being produced by the likes of Hornby, Bachmann and Hellion. Ian Morton's book on digital command control proved to be invaluable, and it included a chapter on how to hardwire decoders into old Lima models. Firstly, the infamous Lima pancake motor had to be completely stripped down and cleaned. There are some really useful videos available on YouTube about how to do this. Worn brushes and traction tyres were replaced and fitted with new ones. It was lovely to have the opportunity to see some of these old models running again on my new layout. And so far I've converted 47567 Red Star and 33105 as well as the HST. The motors seem to respond much better under DCC control. Let's conclude this video by seeing them at work on my Melchester layout.
Re-record, not fade away. Re-record, not fade away. Re-record.